Welcome back, everyone, to Neyyah. We have turned on all the microphones. It's now time to explore the rest of Felitsu Island, take care of some puzzles we are now capable of solving, given we understand the lore a bit better and we have some more items. So I'm going to make a loop through Felitsu Island. There's a loop you can take around the 5 zones, starting at the beginning and going through basically all the zones, not quite, and take care of whatever's left that we've missed as much as we can. We won't hit everything today, but we will get most of it. We've taken care of the microphone section of the Lavandis zone, so we never really need to go back this way. That's all been done. But we do need to head back to the beach, or the sleeping tower area here, and loop through the dome zone and the harbor zone. So let's start by heading up this walkway and then turning right, I believe, is where we're going to want to go. This way? The reason I'm not going the other way is there's no Binoxy Craft here. We could call the Binoxy Craft, but I don't want to do that. And we can head to where we're going much faster here, because I want to go to the harbor zone first. And we're here. So last time I didn't really fully explore, because I just wanted to move on somewhere else, but there's an entire back end of the harbor zone we haven't touched. And to reach that, we're going to go through this passage here. Now from here, there's a pretty easy passage to miss this way. Like, there's an opening here, but it doesn't look like there should be a path here. There is, in fact, a path down here. We've seen this path from other angles, but it's pretty easy to miss. So let's head down this way. We see the binocular tower here, and the pipe that's leading to the diverter tower. That's what that is. There's a device here with a switch, not seeming to do anything, and we've got a Paida holder. So we actually do need to put a Paida here. It doesn't show which one, but we can actually close this cap and see that this wants a blue Paida, because that's what that square is. And the line here is slightly twisted, but it is meant to be a sideways line. But at this point, we don't actually need that much help, because we only have a few Paidas left. There's only one Paida left that's blue. There's also only one Paida left that has the Felitsu triangle. So we wouldn't even have to look at this to know at this point. If we came here earlier, we'd have to look at it. We don't have to look at it quite now. And this Paida is going to power something over here. In fact, we can get into the tower without powering it. I believe this works. Yeah, this elevator works without the Paida. But if we head inside without powering the diverter tower, then when we go inside, there's nothing we can do. We're just inside a thing, and there's a pipe. That's really all we can see. There's also a note here that requires salt. Mason, I have installed a new system into the remaining binoculars in the watchtower opposite. Important data referring to the symbols required for the Neyyah. So we're going to want to power that up real quick. Not sure why it's an elevator instead of a ladder, but whatever. There's also a button right here. This one's easy to miss as well if you're not using spacebar to help yourself out. And it actually works. I'm not 100% certain if it's supposed to work yet. There's this has a Volk Tower triangle on it. All the other Volk Tower triangles in the game are inaccessible at this point. This is the only one I can get to, so I'm not sure if it's supposed to be inaccessible as well. It doesn't really matter. But what you can see on it, it's got the Volk triangle symbol and the 3 red circles. But we get to actually read it here because it's up close. So this is transmitting the data from the tower. So this is the sun position. And you see it from the circle that is located here. So you can imagine it is just before the center line. That's where the sun is. Then this symbol in the center is representative of the area. So Felitsu Island is symbolized just by a straight line. That's all it is. And then this is the temperature. And the temperature here is 20, apparently. That's what this is. This is the 2 symbol. This must be a 0, so 20 makes 20. I don't know if that is in units that make sense to us, like Celsius or something. or if it is a special Fazaltian symbol. It's probably not Fahrenheit because otherwise it would be a little colder. Um, Celsius, 20 degrees Celsius is nice and comfortable. That's a good temperature. It's probably not Kelvin. I'm just guessing that. So it could be a Fazaltian thing. It looks like it's a nice, comfortable, warm, sunny day. So 20 degrees Celsius makes sense. Or a Fazaltian measurement, which is similar enough to Celsius that 20 is about the same. It's not too hot, not too cold. All you need is a light jacket. So let's put in the Paida here. There we go. And this is going to power up the tower. I don't know if there's anything to be gained by powering the other direction. So let's just leave the switch where it is. And up we go. And now we enter the centerpiece is revealed. It is, well, it's a big circular thing with the Felitsu Island symbol we just saw, and then this clock symbol. Now, since this is a symbol for a location, this must also be a location, and where we see this clock symbol is Glorfiak Mines. So if I drag the slider, it seems to suggest that I am now sending power to Glorfiak Mines. Doing this also sends power to the binocular tower. So let's head back up there and see what's changed. I believe I've sent power to it. I could be wrong. This part of the game is rather confusing to me. Like, it's sometimes hard to tell what exactly I'm doing when I'm powering things up. But now I'm ready. I can look through the binoculars and I can see a note. Mason, I had to find a way to hide the symbols needed to operate the Neyyah and lower the Nyashka plant down into the heater chamber. The diverter console in the tower below will enable you to send power from here to 2 other binoculars in a classified location. The symbols will be stored in these binoculars. So we've got the Glorfiak Mine symbol again. Now, the classified location is not Glorfiak Mine. So when we send the power with the diverter tower, it's not because we need to go to Glorfiak Mines to find the symbols. We just need to do that to make it work. And who knows, maybe the binoculars are so strong and also follow the curvature of the planet and we can look at Glorfiak Mines from here. But chances are we're just pointing these binoculars at something on a wall which is unreadable from any other distance. And the note is also not necessary to read. It's just letting us know where we need to go to find the symbols. Kind of. A classified location, which we'll know it when we see it. It's either going to be the Velatron Temple or the Old Guard Tower. Or some other location we have yet to learn about. So we can head through a little further on this path. And we're in the pond area of the harbor zone. And there's the Shriyuki portal. We've got some kind of tunnel there. What's over this one? No, nothing. Thought I saw a path. Oh, the path is up there. I have to go a little bit further to see what's on the path. And we get to watch a bird fly away. When we look down, we see a ladder, but this is pretty dilapidated. The path here is broken, and the ladder over there is broken, so we're not actually going to get to that tower. Alas, for us, there's another path leading off this end that we can go down, and it leads to a big portal. Well, that's not a portal. That is, in fact, a wall that we can't go through. But there's a minecart here. And beyond, we can actually see a minecart split to the left and to the right. Unfortunately, these levers don't work. And we can look down and see that they're clamped in. We can't, there's like a lock here. We couldn't pull these levers even if we wanted to. There's a lock down here as well. So we need to find a way to remove these locks. We need to find a way to remove this wall. And then there's another cart we can use. If we follow this pipe here, it attaches there, so this pipe attaches to this tunnel, and it follows this way around and up into this tower. So we might be able to operate this without having to go very far from here. Let's see. Let's head back a bit. To our right is some kind of podium. I guess something's supposed to go on here, but we don't have that. And also, we never will. The game won't even let us explore it. And behind us is a boat. We can actually get into the boat if we want, but then we just sit here. We can't do anything from the boat. There's actually an achievement for sitting in the boat. There's an achievement for looking at birds at certain points or at cats. Basically, all the achievements in this game are for just like extra views, extra nodes that you can explore that are not required to beat the game. This is one of those. The boat actually doesn't serve any purpose here. For us, at least. We do not use this boat. Okay, let's head up into the watchtower. That's... Nope, not that direction. Other way. Oh, hey, I can see the Volk Tower from here. Look at that. Right over there. Let's head to the watchtower that's this way. Alright then. We've got a pipe here leading to a device in the center with a button that doesn't do anything. We can look a little closer, see the pipe comes out and it goes into the Binoxi Eye portal. Now the only other Binoxi Eye portal we've seen with a pipe going into it or coming out of it is at the heater servers. And if we back up, we see this device looks an awful lot like the one we see at the heater servers. It's got those 6 squares around it, and that is the heater server symbol. So it stands to reason that this is involved with the powering of the heater servers. Either we power it from here, or once we power the heater servers and do something there, this will become powered. And around this direction, well, we have a nice view of the harbor zone, the Alopolite Tower, or Alopolite Shield here, with all of the watchtowers and the Liberty Gun Tower there. I imagine these could be other gun towers, but like this is the main gun tower. These here, you gotta have more gun towers. You can't have your only gun tower be on one side of the central shield, but who knows. That's the portal we walked in from the Paida factory, I believe. The portal back there is to the Gafunkia zone. And then we can look... Oh, we can't look any closer down there. There's the minecart section. And over here we have another machine that we can operate, I guess. Let's press the button here and we'll see what happens. Alright, well, looks like that button opens up the harbor for ships to enter and exit. But not for long, so not useful to us. That's what this light is for. Now, if I put this lever here, it goes to something else. And when I press the button, that tunnel begins to glow. And we have a better view of this tunnel as well. We see that the minecart's tracks there. Can I see it better if I just do this here? Yes. The tracks, they split at this point. They either go into this portal or that Shriyuki portal. Now, the Binoxi Eye portal is probably going to lead to the Paida factory zone because we saw a Binoxi Eye portal there with a minecart track on it. And we know that the Paida factory originally had that minecart system. You would send Paidas to or from via the use of that minecart. That's what this would be for. It would come to the harbor zone. But we can also send it through this portal here. Now, we don't immediately know where this is going to go. At least not by looking at this portal, because we can't see the Shriyuki portal on the other end. The only other Shriyuki portal we see is at the Nyashka pools, and that one is not connected to a minecart. However, we saw another area with this exact minecart setup at the Spore Docks. So it stands to reason if we send this cart through the Shriyuki portal, it's going to arrive at the Spore Docks. Now, if we put a safe in here, the metal safe we have, and send it through the Shriyuki portal, that will open the safe. For some reason, I do not know why, maybe there is a good reason, I don't think there is, for some reason, we cannot put the safe in the cart and send it through the Shriyuki portal from here. I don't know why. We have to do the Shriyuki portal puzzle in a very particular order, and it feels arbitrary to me why it has to be in the order it is. Perhaps it just saved some development time. But my advice, my completely unwanted, unasked for advice to any developer out there is if it looks like there's multiple ways to logically solve a puzzle, you either make all of those ways work or you change the game so that only one of them is logical. Like, I could easily put my safe in this cart, send it through this portal, and I would solve the Spordox Shryuki portal puzzle, the safe puzzle. Completely solved. However, what I need to do is send the cart through empty, then go to the Spore Docks, find the cart, put the safe in the cart at the Spore Docks, send it back through the portal, and pick up the open safe here. Yes, that's a logical thing to do, but it is also logical to put the safe in here, send it to the Spore Docks, and pick up the open safe at the Spore Docks. But you can't do that, and you might think that because you can't do that, you have the completely wrong answer to the puzzle, and I'm here to tell you, no, the game is just messing with you, and I do think that in this instance, it is a mistake. Sometimes it's just the way the game works, it's a lore thing, you just gotta respect it. This is not one I think should have happened. I think this should have been fixed up, so either both directions work, or we have a very good reason why it only works in one direction. Anyway, that's my complaint about this puzzle. So over here, I didn't check this out a little more closely. We've got a switch down here, and it turns this light on. And that's going to power this pipe. But what it doesn't tell you, I believe, is it unpowers this. Is that true? Not totally sure on that, does it? Yeah, this no longer works. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell, but this pipe here also extends to the left. So this is another old switcheroo. So now we've unpowered that side, but that's okay. We did what we wanted to there. So now let's head to this side. We should be able to power that. The heater servers are now powered. We are now able to input the Trondy numbers and do what we want with those once we read what those numbers are. Excellent. Let's head back down to the minecart, because we cannot put the safe in here, but we can send the minecart to the Spore Docks. We can't zoom in down here anymore, but you can just barely see the locks have been removed. So we start with the left. That's going to raise the cart. We can look inside, and I cannot put anything in here. I have to send this off on its own, and it is automatically going to go to the right through the Shryuki portal. So next time we head to the Spore Docks, we'll be able to go to the cart and then put the safe in from there. I'm not going to head there right away. We're going to do some other stuff first. But that should take care of the harbor zone. The diverter tower is powered. We've sent the cart off. The only reason to come back will be to pick up the safe when we've finished that puzzle. Which will be several videos from now. Not sure exactly when. So let's head over to the dome zone. Now up here is where we've got a hidden Pelska portal spot. We don't need to use it right now though. We're not trying to head back to the Neyyah pools or anything. Let's head straight through here. And this will take us back to the creepy breathing bird. He's just been here this whole time. He's just chilling. He's just chilling there. This will take us to the Paida factory, which we don't need to be at, but this is going to be the passageway. We're just passing through the Paida factory. There's nothing to do here. So yeah, the portal, the minecart we sent to the Shryuki portal, if it had gone the other way, it would come through this portal, which would be disastrous for us because it would fall off the minecart here, and that would be the end of that puzzle. We wouldn't be able to open the safe. So it's good that it didn't go that way, since everything here is busted. Oops, don't need to open that door again. We've already got our gas masks. And we're heading back down. This portal will take us to the dome zone, back where we came from there. And now let's work on draining the tank, shall we? Since we have the dome key, we are now able to open these. Where's that key? It's right here. Now, we can't do anything with this. This is either a power crystal or a heating crystal. I guessed it was more of a powering device or just a light source rather than a heat source, because putting a heat source in the open air is a great way to waste electricity. But now we have access to this if we ever wanted it. We can also unlock the other one. Again, it's not going to do anything for us, because inside is just a crystal. We don't need those. Also, above the door here should be another Pelska portal location. We didn't see it last time because I didn't care about it last time. But in case you ever need it, there is one here. We're not going to use it because I need to do something else here first. So let's head to the other side where we have the device without a crystal in it. There's also the Binoxy craft waiting here because last time we came in from this direction. So here, turn around. This one's got a crystal. If you open it up, all you get to do is look at a crystal. But over here, there isn't a crystal. Now, what I thought would happen is we're supposed to get a crystal and then put it in this device. But that's not what happens. What happens is we got a button here, which we push, and it caused some sound effects to happen, not sure what. But let's head back into the dome and see what happens here. Right away I can see something's changed in the center. You can see a raised platform here. And when we stand on it, there's now a button that we can use to ride an elevator. And this is where Vamir would be growing the Felitsu roots, trying to develop power sources by generating pelakite, getting those pelakite readings. If we check the Binoxy thing here, you've got the Felitsu tests. This one says pelakite scale reading is somewhat green. The data is transferred to the Banox computer system. We read all that data a while ago. It's got the Tashabaniol, seawater, and Ducemberol. Last system update, who gives a shit. But this is Felitsu pod number 3. And you can see, yeah, it's pointed this upper left area, which is the green, which means it's not giving us a lot of pelakite, right? That's, you know, all well and good, and I suppose it'll help you ace the quiz if you're ever asked how much pelakite is generated from each pause. But we don't need that. We're in particular looking for pod number 2, because that's the one that's having the error transmitting its data, because something is interfering with it. We're also able to examine the symbol for number 3, but this one doesn't do anything. If we turn around, we should be able to go... Will this way be useful? We'll see. This is pod number 4. That's what the number 4 is. Pod number 4 had pretty good reading, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's up here. It's the reddish pink with the clophenol and the paclithiol. So yeah, it's showing it's got a good reading. Everything is A-okay here. This should be pod number 1 then, because there's 4 total. Yep, that's pod number 1. And this one is reading maximum. So if you want pelakite, you're going to want to use front petanol and selendai in these exact things. Make sure to write that down. If you ever run across these ingredients, you can use it to generate pelakite yourself, or pekalite. Pekalite, that's not right. Has it been pekalite the whole time, or is this a typo? I was pretty sure it said pelakite earlier. And that's the thing with this game, unfortunately, because the editing is not super great. It didn't catch spelling errors. It makes me wonder if I've been saying it wrong the whole time, or if this is a typo. If you're looking for pekalite, I guess you do this. But we're not looking for pekalite or pelakite or any other pronunciation of that. We are looking for a way to drain... Hey, I'm trying to turn around, like to turn, and it keeps on going the wrong way. There we go. So this one... it's reading directly in the middle, blue. It's got frontanol, seawater, and selendai, so that's a pretty good amount of pekalite. Yeah, this one says pekalite here. What we really want, though, is this, because it says in our map developments book, which I haven't looked at in a while, but in case that you're interested in reading this book again. Drain the tank, symbol number 2. That's this right here, and we can click on it, open it up. So far, so good. The fixes I've made on this draining system haven't caused any complications to the tank. With the water gone, the portal still seems to work. Mason, if you're reading this, don't forget to unlock the tank door, which we just did. Lever can be found on the platform above the door. And there's the drawing of the door. So we unlocked it when we were at the Lavandis zone recently. So we're good there. And now the tank is drained. Alright, with that, we are actually done with the Dome Zone. We have nothing else to do here. So the Paida Factory Zone's done, the Dome Zone is done. We only need the Lavandis Zone in order to enter the water tank. And we only need the Harbor Zone to take care of the safe puzzle. So we've actually done most everything we need to do here. Actually, turn around. In the Felitsu Island. So let's head back. I'm going to take the Binoxy Craft because the route, the return route is a little different from the way we entered. So we're going to turn the craft to the right so we can get started. And let's go. Back where we started. Alright then. So I'm going to stop here, because what I'd like to do in the next episode is return through this hatch down here to the Lavandis zone. Last time we went that way, it was basically a big old dead end. But now we are able to go into the water tank, because we've drained it and we've unlocked it. So we're going to see what lies beyond in the next video. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, or both of you, as it happens to be with the amount of viewers I get on this type of channel. So hope to see you next time. Have yourselves a great day. Goodbye.